Welcome, everyone, to a Pac-12 chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Utah's Branden Carlson, the 4-0 Utah Utes in the Pac-12. So the win over Arizona was not a fluke, and that, to this point, is still Arizona's only loss this season overall. Got the Oregon schools coming in. Things are going very well for Utah here in the Pac-12 season. Branden, why is this happening? What is going so well?
I think mostly to say it's like I think last year was a fluke for us. How our record was going for last year and how things went. We just didn't finish a lot of close games. So like that, I just think this team as well is very connected. We all have that same goal. We all have the same mindset going into each game, into each practice. Just wanting to take advantage of it, and just each day is taking another step in the right direction. So I just think this team has what it takes to make it far in conference, and it's just going to keep surprising people.
Well, at some point it won't be a surprise.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because at the time, the thought was, okay, here comes Arizona off the Maui victory. They go to Utah, they lose. Is that a bad loss? And now it's looking like, no, this Utah team is the real deal. What did that game tell you about where this team was and can get to?
I think that game just showed a lot that this team can compete with anybody. We've had losses obviously this year that we wish we could take back and change things from those games. But I think those losses have overall just helped us, and we've been able to take away from those and just apply it into our games. And like, hey, we can't have these same mistakes keep happening over and over again. And just, that Arizona win was, as great as it was, we celebrated that, and then we just had to keep moving on and preparing for the next game was Washington State. Got the job done there, and then just continuing to go from then on, and just taking what we learned and that energy and the physicality that we played with in that game.
So what's it like? I mean, even though I still think there's probably a little bit of a perception of a sleeper, a surprise, but it's going to shift at some point, if it hasn't already, where there's going to be expectations now to maintain this. How do you balance that versus this mentality that the chip on the shoulder, we're the underdog, people aren't taking us seriously? How do you balance the two?
I think the biggest thing for us to be able to balance that is we can't get complacent and let these things come to our head, or like, oh, hey, people are starting to notice that we're playing well and we're a good team, and seeing where like, oh, we're in predictions for the NCAA tournament or whatever it may be. And just, we got to keep coming in like we are the underdog, I think, and just knowing that each game can be different. As we can beat any other team can beat us, and especially in Pac-12 play now. And so it's just having a good balance of having that confidence, we're a great team, we can compete with anybody, but as well, just don't let the stuff kind of get to our heads and distract us.
So you mentioned last season being more than the anomaly. What's the biggest difference from last season's team to what we're seeing now on the floor in Salt Lake City?
I would say just more connected as a team. I think we play on the court a lot more connected. I think myself as well. I think last year I played a lot more, not like solo ball, but I wasn't as willing to play with the team. I just think this year this team has so many unselfish players, and just has a lot of talent that everyone knows their role and is willing to do that. No one's out there trying to do anything that they can't do. And I think that's the main thing for us.
And, this week with the Oregon schools, this is a great example of games that now you should win. You're at home, you're playing well, you're undefeated in the league. To maintain that focus, what do you guys have to do to get that home sweep?
I think we just got to keep preparing for these games like we have for every other game. Everyone's expecting us to win and to just keep performing how we have. And so we just got to keep preparing, taking practice and using practice as a separator to get better. And I just think I think that's the main part, is just, the way we have been going this season has been going well for us, and we just need to keep doing what we've been doing.
Hey, last thing, I know Utah didn't win the Rose Bowl, but they beat USC to get to the Rose Bowl. I'm just curious in the athletic department, it just feels like there's a championship culture now within the athletic department. How do you guys feed off of that?
I mean, you know, first off, we love the Utes and proud of them for the game that they played yesterday. Didn't have the outcome we wanted, but yeah, just this school, you know, I think it breeds success. We have a lot of athletes that come here that, you know, they want to win in their respective sports and whatever it may be. And I think we have a very supportive staff and very supportive athletes all around that for any sport it may be, you know, that they're supporting you and cheering you on.
Well, Branden, appreciate it. You guys are off to a great start. And yes, in any bracket I'm doing, I got the Utes in there. There's no question about it. Keep it up. Appreciate it.
Thank you.